Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Lissa's Lighthouse, where we light the way. My name is Light, and I'd like to thank my A-team and the Divine for allowing me to be a crystal clear channel. If you find this message, it was meant for you. I'm going to ring the bell. All right, everybody. I hope everybody is well. Today is Friday, May 23rd, 2025. The time is 9:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 9:10, 9:11, and 9:12 are significant. 9:10, the beginning and the end, I can tell you. All right, so the name of, well, actually, I was in the shower. I was showering when I was going to do something lighthearted, but the ancestor said no. I woke up with hearing Morant Bay. They said moronic. So Jamaica land I love. That's the subtitle of this video. But the actual title is Daydreaming is Significant. I'm looking out the window thinking, naming something or needing a name, not having the title. The name of this reading is Dressed in All Black Like the Omen. So off the top, they're asking me to speak up. All right. Motivational speaking is significant. Speakers, speaker box, the love below, like I said, comment out your speakers with it. They're showing me Mercury, Quicksilver, messages. Alchemy is significant, of course. 20 is the house. 20, they keep saying the hunt for the I-5 killer. 5, 10, and 20 as they said as initials. Mile markers might be significant. A blue marker is significant. A red marker is significant. The name Miles. And then they're showing me mile 26. Day 26 might be significant. They said making the band. Oh, Lord. They're showing me time traveler. Oh, what's her name? Aubrey? Ashley is names. Dressed in all black like the Omen and Jamaica Land I Love is a subtitle. And I was going to Jamaica Land I Love is a subtitle coming through because my ancestors are coming through. My Jamaican ancestors, my African ancestors. Now granted, you heard that in the background. Pi, the life of Pi, the name Patel is significant. And that's the truth. Justice system is significant. They said Knives Out. That movie, they're showing me 007, Bond. That's right. Bondi is her name. That's right. The justice system. The DOD is out here too. All right. Mr. Peter. They said Twitter. That was channeled information that came out of nowhere. They're showing me Envoy. They said Olympus, Mount Olympus is significant. They show me Olympus as a camera, Canon as a camera. And the photograph came upside down, outside. Well, I didn't mean to say outside, but maybe somebody dropped something outside, or they said upside down. But yeah, I woke up saying, they're saying upside down, but they're showing me coming in at midnight, walking in they keep saying inside out, in and out burger came before. This is channel information that's coming out of nowhere. There's news that's coming out of nowhere. They show me the eyewitness news. 7 is the chariot. 57, 75, 53. Being 5-3. Being 5-7. Being 53 or 57, 53 and 57 as years. So 444 significant. They're showing me the life of Pi. Tiger, Jungle Book, Mowgli significant. All right, so I have channeled, that was channeled information. I always have channeled information. I have some notes. I'm going to pull the cards. There are 4 pages of notes. Granted, they're index cards. So 4, they show me Dewey Decimal, double D's, double cups, double dipping. Might be significant. They show me hombre, double dipping, what is that? They show me the brand. Dye. They show me nursing shoes. Shoes wax. Waxing shoes or nursing shoes or... Okay, let's see. Okay, number 1. 4-page letter is significant. And the song, Aliyah, most exalted one. So Jamaica is coming in very heavy. And when I say my African ancestors, seen and unseen, known and unknown. I don't know my African ancestors. I don't know all of my Jamaican ancestors. They said, I'm touching my throat. They said salty, somebody salty. They said a gout and goiter. They said speak up. Okay, JJ, here's the notes. JJ, a black cat. When I say JJ, they have me write JJ, but Janet Jackson, Black Cat, and that is a remake of something. So remix of something. Remakes of movies. They said Manly P. Hall. Hall's sore throat. Hall as in name. Hall as, renting a hall or, conference center. Someplace like that. The halls of a mentee are significant. And then they're saying sore throat. Let me clear my throat. You can't speak, of course, as Tragic Kingdom comes in. They said TKO. Capital letters, capital building, capital city, capital letters, capital punishment, capital murder, they said. And like I said, look at this. Covering, you see this? Cover. Anytime, I try not to move my hands unless Spirit tells me, but when anytime you're reading or getting a reading, pay attention to the surrounding energies. Everything means something. They show me cards against humanity. Yeah, crimes against humanity. Crimes against humanity. So like I said, dressed in all black like the Omen, they had me take out all of my black cards. So, okay, so I have 8 cards. I have 8 decks out here. The number 8 is out here too. Infinity, to infinity and beyond. Not for y'all. But you see things are covered up because like I said, cloaking. They said the infinity, but they show me lodges. Lodge is a name. Lodges, but see how it's covering up the 8. Like I said, they want to take what you have for theirs. 8 to infinity and beyond. For infinity and beyond. You can't fly, you can't breathe, you can't speak. They said Sandra Bland. And then they said, say my name. They said something is bland, maybe there's no seasoning. Like I said, no seasoning for some and salty for some. Fingerprints are significant. Footprints are significant. They show me the knife. They said this might be Tiffany candlesticks. And whoever's watching, because I know you motherfuckers is watching. Okay? February 1st, February 2nd is significant. February 7th is significant. That happened, the day that I'm talking about happened February 8th. So 28 is significant. All right, halls of a mentee, sore throat, sourpuss, they said a strep throat might be significant, or, oh my God, what we used to have to do, patient, I did front and back office, they're saying, but, oh my God, swabbing, a swab, they're saying Johnson's and Johnson swabbing the back of the throat, maybe, DNA, but swab it for strep throat. They're showing me Miss Scarlet and a camera. A handicap sign might be significant. A diamond, baseball diamond. They show me lucky strike, so maybe somebody's playing baseball. A bus that will explode. Look, somebody's playing baseball with speed. They said the Negro leagues is significant. A league of their own. League as a name, being in the leagues, the big leagues. They said big league chew. You getting chewed out. The ancestors are chewing you out. They said Chewy as a name, Chewito. Oh my goodness. All right. Dressed in all black like the Omen for obvious reasons. The movie Omen is significant. Rosemary's Baby. The horror deck is out here. Neighbors are significant. They said Rosemary. I'm right on top of that rose. The Rosy Cross. Rossi has a name. Ross. Russia. They said Croatia. Panama. They said the portals, and the Panama Canal. Panamanian. Okay, Manly P. Hall. Philip Morris as a brand. Philip and Morris as names. They said Miss Morris and Miss Brostowitz, 6th grade. You know what? Let me finish reading the notes, and then they said come back to that. Number 6. 6 is the twins. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? 2, 3 sets of twins are out here. Then with the fourth set of a fourth set of something is significant. They show me nails, and then they're talking about nails. See, speed. Somebody does nails really fast, so maybe you're on a 4th set. Look, I worry about us a lot. Don't, says the ancestors. All right. Now they're saying get back to this. Philip Morris as a brand. Philip and Morris as names. Like I said, my 6th grade. They're telling me Morris and Brostowitz. M and B. They said MLB. Like I said, Major League Baseball. There's, like I said, 42. Jackie Robinson. Chad is coming through. I just watched Get On Up with him the other day. Now they show me the 5 Bloods. Fate is upside down. Forbidden is upside down. Louisiana is out here. Projects are significant. Bees are significant because they wanted to keep you trapped. Butterflies are significant. The monarch symbology is very heavy. Okay, always very heavy. The hieroglyphs are significant. Knives, they said knives out. The blades are out too. They show me ice hockey mask. The Toronto Maple Leafs, TNT. Tick, tick, boom. TNT for me is Trinidad and Tobago, but that could be, like I said, TNT. They show me Acme, the Roadrunner. Catch Me If You Can. The halls of Amenti are significant. Thoth is out here, you better believe it. Anubis came out, and Anubis is upside down. 13 is the death card. Anubis is the first card. Anubis, oh my God. They said initiates of the flame. 13 is the death card. And 13 represents the letter M, and 13 represents the divine feminine. Across, Thoth, upside down. They said cross, somebody is cross. Cross as a name? Yeah, because you're at the crossroads. They said she calls me George. George Magazine is significant. George Washington is significant. Washington State, Washington, D.C. They said washing a ton? Yeah, a Kingston. 10 to 17. Kingston 10 to 17 is out here. Paraiso Avenue. They said Spanish Town. Like I said, I woke up hearing Morant Bay. Capital letters they show me. And now they show me states and capitals. Yeah, states of consciousness. They said parish. Parish as a name. They said EPMD, we back in business. Eric Sermon, Paris. They show me blue eyes, green eyes, hazel eyes. Hazel as a name. They said hazelnut. Yeah, Nutty Buddy. Looney Tunes. They show me time travelers. You got temporal, future, past, and time machine. Time travelers, Back to the Future. Marty McFly, okay? Look, they show me primitive human. What's that? Night at the Museum? L.A., Louisiana. L.A. is significant. C.A. is significant. Los Angeles. Yeah, lost angels, fallen angels are significant. They said Azazel. Loki. They show me X-Men. Marvel. Defenders. The Endgame. Here goes the axe again. Look, there goes that newsman again. This reminds me of the dwarf from Lord of the Rings. Like I said, Return of the King, the Fellowship of the Ring. What is it? The Fellowship of the Ring. So 9 beings, including the dwarf, went on the trip, started the trip. maybe 9 something. Like I said, 9 night. I had 8 decks out here, and from the 9th deck, there are 3 cards from a 9th deck in one of the decks. So 3 cards. These are the 3 cards that came out. 10, 7, and 1. 10, 1 is significant. 7, 1 is significant. Any combination. Now this is the truth. The Ace of Swords. This is the Hermit's Tarot. I worry about us a lot. So now, like I said, 2, 4, 6, all of them clue cards came out together. Yeah, they're telling me to show you this shit. Look at the clue cards. Look at the clue cards. 2 of each. And then look at the card next to the clue card. See that 15? Yeah, they said this might be a little lengthy. All right. They said ackee and sawfish might be significant. Codfish. They said propensity. They said a propane tank. Gasolina. They said gasolina. Propensity, prone, proclivities. They said ask and tell, Q&A, tell as a name, till as a name. Like I said, Sandra, they said, say my name. And then they said, destiny shall say my name. Destiny fulfilled. This is what we out here doing. The Phillies are significant. They said Paris and Versailles. But parish as a name, and then they said parishes. But they're showing me Louisiana. This is the 3rd time it's coming out. Yeah, now the twin boys are, they're showing me to tell you this. Those twin boys, I think their last name was either, I think the last name was Lewis, Lewis, like mine. Okay, but they said look up the term, the Lewis curse, and I'll put it, if spirit reminds me to put it, I will put it. Look it up, the Lewis curse. Okay? Like I said, it's the secret societies, the Rosy Cross came out, the Rosicrucians. They said skull and bones. Ain't the skull out here? The axe is out here. They said a battle axe. A pioneer supermarket, key food. Phillies as a brand, Phillies as a team. They said Pringles, and then they said Phillies Pirates, Eagles, and then they said Eagles, Eagle Run, Eagle Bridge, Eagle Landing, Soldiers, and then they said to go back to POW. My POW reading. They said Mob Deep is significant, survival of the fittest. Okay, Flatbridge is significant. They said rum. I'm drinking rum and Red Bull. It gives you wings. A Red Bull is significant. RoboCop. They said Murphy and Marley as names. Marley and Me might be significant as a movie. Flatbridge, Palm Rock is significant. They said Murphy's Law. RoboCop, his name was Murphy, and Lewis, that was the partner. Okay, they said Lewis and Clark. So that's the 3rd Lewis that's coming up. The 3rd time Lewis is coming up. They said 3LW as a group. 808 Black as a group. What are they saying here? Sunglasses are significant. Sunglass Hut, Beach Hut, Pineapple Hut. It says Selassie is significant. Tree Hut, Sunglass Hut. Oh yeah, and sunglasses. They're showing me Bakram as a name, Bakram, or whatever that is. An ashram is significant. Marcus Garvey is significant. Samuel Sharp is significant. They said the Rios Cobres. You know what? I actually might have to, they said break it up, break it up, break it up, break it up. No, you're not breaking shit up. They want you to break something up. Maybe a pair. Maybe a pair is being broke up. Broke up. Broke up, broke up. They said broke up, broke up. See? Yeah, broken English is significant. Marcus Garvey. Marcus Messiah Garvey. He said, I am the Messiah. I am the truth, the way, and the light. I know that's right. Rios Cobres. They said flat bridge. You touch the bridge, you're going to touch the line, they said. And then they said total line. A line of, they said lines. Whatever that means to you. Let's see. Let me, if I read over all the notes. They said Hackman as a name. Ackman as a name. Hackman as a name. Okay, go back to, they said go back to getting jiggy with it. Oh, King Richard is out here. Will I am Will Smith. Thy will be done. Thy will be done. Okay, competing against 20 other women for the love of, I love New York. Okay, now Anubis is upside down. Colonel Mustard is upside down. Saint is out here. Okay, weapons of mass destruction. Lucas as a name. Luke, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Sarcophagus was the first card that flipped out from my Egyptian Book of the Dead Oracle, and the actually tomb flipped out, and I was going to keep it out, but they said no, that's you pulling your own cards. Put it back in the deck, and I do that once in a blue, but they said a lot of people do that. False readers caught in my energy field. Oh yes, there's an update. You better believe it. Weapons of mass destruction. Tomb, sarcophagus is out here. Coffin is out here. Stab it in the back upside down. Okay, boat upside down. They said boats and holes. Yacht rock might be significant. Little boat, little yachty. Face, they can't face you now. Dream, I can only dream about you. Nice, nasty neighbors, family. Friends and family. FF. I seen a double F on my symbology book. Like I said, symbology is very heavy. Double speak, double talk, double entendre, speaking in code. They said prone as a position. Anatomy and physiology. You prone to this shit. You have a propensity. That's the fourth P. P4 might be significant. Yeah, they said read it again. Prosperity. Excuse me. Propensity. Proclivities. Prone. And they said profanity. Profane. Prone. Likely or liable to suffer from, do, or experience something, typically something regrettable or unwelcomable. Okay, prone position. In the prone position, a person is lying flat on their stomach, face down. In the supine position, in the prone position, a person is lying flat on their stomach. This says prone and supine, so that is significant, but I didn't mean to read them both. Prone position. Prone position is a body position in which the person lies flat with the chest down and the back up. In anatomical terms of location, the dorsal side is up and the ventral side is down. The supine position is the 180-degree contrast. Okay? So 45s are significant. Oh my goodness. Dressed in all black like the Omen. Every single, like I said, Kim is out here. Dressed in all black like an Omen. Have your friends singing, this is for my homie. Do you know me? No. For making so sick. Flossing my six with the Lex on the wrist. Alexis, Lex as a name, Lexington. Back to the motherfuck. They said influx. An influx. Back to the motherfucking block on Lexington. It's a cold world. A couch is significant. Couch potatoes are significant. They said something being out of alignment and coming back into alignment. Look at this. You were not CL. You are not invisible. You are not a chameleon. You cannot hold your shape anymore. Like I said, anatomy and physiology is heavy, structure and function. You are not invisible. You're not a shapeshifter or not anyone anymore. You can no longer hold your form. The vibrations are too high. And now they show me mustard. Okay. Unseen. You thought you were unseen, but you got found out. And X is right underneath X is dwarf with an X. Right underneath X is dwarf with another X. Like I said, coming in pairs. Pairs, and all pair is significant. They said, don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. Phoenix might be significant. They said Phoenix Rise, Phoenix High School, Discovery High School in Gwinnett County is significant. Commoner or dwarf, maybe, and then they show me the X. Maybe somebody has to leave those schools or leave Yeah, they said disco, a disco ball, but yeah, they call Discovery High School disco, so that's definitely significant. Maybe they make you feel like a dwarf. They make you feel small. They said backhanded comments. A backhand is significant. They said a pimp hand. A pimp hand is significant. Thoth is out here. They said Thoth versus the 𝑂�LISSA'S. Oh my goodness. Swords, knives, blades are out here. Like I said, ice. They said hockey is significant. Rollerblades, inline skating. Yeah, you getting motherfuckers in line and they do not like it. They do not like that you are the messenger. You can go back to that reading. Go back to any one of my readings. But a waning moon and a new moon is significant. Moonology is always significant. They're showing me. Waning moon. Look at this. Pairs. Matching. Doppel. They said doppy. I meant to say doppelganger. They said doppel. D-O-P-P-L. D-O-P-P-E-L. Doppelganger. Doppelganger. Copycat. New moon and waning moon. Like I said, Wayne is a name. Wayne. Top shotters are back. It is time to banish all evil. Looking within can reveal the mysteries of the universe. Now this was first. Looking within can reveal the mysteries of the universe. Look at this. They said a prayer circle, significant prayer warriors, warriors as a movie, outsiders as a movie. Now, they're trying to tell me to remind you that were 8 decks out here, but 3 cards from a 9th deck came out. And those are the 10, the 1, and the 7. Now they show me 17. That's a gift. The gift of healing. The gift, you had to get away from being stabbed in the back. Look at this. This is on the top of the deck. But this came upside down because they don't want you to know it was them. But again, you are not. Now, look at this. They said, do it this way. Any way you slice it. Pizza is significant. Hot dogs are significant. BBQ always comes out, whatever that means for you. They said 12. And then they said bullet, 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 bullet. Dress in all black, like the Omen. You're not dressed in black. You're getting, they said, oh my God, debunked. Mythbusters. You're getting debunked. D, like I said, D to F is your grade, a progress report. They said progress residential, first key homes. Those keep coming up. Oh shit, now, oh, look. Underneath Thoth. They said mask off, Texas Chainsaw Massacre and doing that weird shit. Blair Witch Project, Blair is a name. They said P-Skill, the facts of life. They said P-Skill, Cat Skill, Doll Skill as a brand, Dollhouse as a brand, Chinese laundry as a brand, but a Chinese laundry, Chinese food might be significant. But they said, yeah, definitely, they said Cabin in the Woods as a movie, Wrong Turn as a movie. Yeah, they said Virginia, West Virginia. Virginia is for lovers. They said Virginia as a state, Virginia Taylor. Now they're showing me Miss Scarlet. You know what I'm getting from these? Because the first 2 cards, one is upright and one is so one twin is on the up and up and one is not. Now, like I always tell you, take that as it resonates for you. Twin for you might mean a physical twin, a false twin, an actual twin flame, or the twin might mean somebody that looks like you. When I say someone that looks like you, I mean parent, child, or sibling. That's what I mean when I say twin. So take it as it resonates for you. Now they're telling me to remind you of the twin brothers. They looked exactly alike. Identical twins are significant. They said Old Dogs movie is significant. Is there any other kind of, he was talking about fraternal twins. Is there any other kind? Yeah. So they're showing me raindrops. Take a chance on them. You know what? For some twins, somebody off the other one. They said offset. Oh, shit. Offset. 39 is, for me, the community card in the Kipper deck, and 39 is 285, 39 A and B, Snellville. And 78, like I said. So 78 cards in the tarot deck, 7-8 as a date. 78 as an interstate. It's raining. They said, oh baby, it's raining. Look at this. They said a Boston bag might be significant. Boston cream pie. Boston massacre. They show me Boston baked beans. Those candies. Mike and Ike might be significant. 39. Now they show me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points on this umbrella. They said an 8-pointed star, a 6-pointed star. They said, yeah, we had to 86 this shit. The phoenix comes upside down. The phoenix is not rising. They said Olympus has fallen as a movie. Code names, talking in code. ICD-9, CPT, excuse me. They said ICD-9 and 10, coding is significant. And CPT-4, coding is significant. But they said it might be 5 by now. CPT 4 and 5, ICD 9 and 10. 45 is significant, like I said before. They're showing me time travel again. Separate the shit. We had to separate ourselves from these folks. They said weebles wobbles, but they don't fall down. Weebles wobbles, but they don't fall down. Dressing all black like the Omen. Like I said, Jamaica, land I love, the land of wood and water. They're showing me the X right there. Something about an X. Maybe somebody X is Jamaican. Yeah, whoever whoever went, they said, whoever went with me. Whoever went with me, I'm their X. They said it just like that. Now they show me 25. A waxing moon and a waning moon is significant. But when I put the cards down, the new moon came upside down. Wane as a name, or something waning out or dying down or dwindling. You know, dwindling, waning out, dying down, or fizzling out. Yeah, the end of a fucking cycle. You should be worried. You're dying. You're obliterated. They said flawless victory. Finish him. Like I said, this is Mortal Kombat. And you can go back to that reading. Yeah. They said February 8th, February 8th, 2001. You try to kill us off. What car was that? A Ford? Taurus? They show me Taurus as a car, Taurus as a weapon, Taurus as a sign, as a car, and as a firearm, they said. They said safe sex is a weapon, so when I shoot, meet your death in less than 8 seconds. They show me the Maxell commercial with the speakers. Like I said, coming out the fucking speakers. Take a chance on them. You did. And the last chance, they show me the fairy out here. They said hook, Tinkerbell, a hook. Yeah, they're trying to hook you. They said red hook. Like I said, red bull, red, retired, extremely dangerous. They said red skin might be significant. Now they're showing me Carolyn miss me with the bullshit. Now they're in grief. They said Charlie Brown, Charles, Charlie, Charmaine, Charlene, Charlize. South Africa's coming in. They said Elon. Like I said, X. Like I said, all my exes live in Texas. They show me Pet Cemetery. You know what they said? Pet Cemetery bloodlines. They said Final Destination bloodlines. This is what you, man, they said this is what y'all do. They show me Strength the Wharf. Mining, they said the coal miner's daughter. Grief. What was his name? Gage. Yeah, that little boy's name was Gage, and he was 2 years old. So like I said, 1, 2, 3 pairs over here. From my horror deck, the twins came out, which is The Shining, but it came up upside down. So maybe somebody's a twin. They didn't know it. That's what they're showing me. Somebody off the twin, somebody is a twin, didn't know it. That's all. I said, that's all, folks. Like I said, Looney Tunes, Space Jam, Legacy. Legacy Academy, Kid to Kid. What is that? La Petite Academy. Looking within can reveal the mysteries of the universe. And now they're showing me temporal, future, past, time machine. This is what these motherfuckers want to do. Look into your damn records. They said records, books, accounts, scrolls, tablets, glyphs. This is what we're doing, going through it. They said combing. It's time to banish all evil. They said a genie is significant. A genie. They said the jinn. The gift of the magi. And then they said the jinn. Now they're saying alcohol, spirits are significant. Dress in all black like the Omen. This is what they do. Dress in all black. Come in with the spirits. And I mean alcohol spirits. And spirits of seduction and separation. Black Panthers are significant. Yes, power to the people. A palm tree is significant. Because like I said, weebles wobbles, but they don't fall down. They said Palmer as a names and Palm Pilot. You see? Palm Pilot. We are the Palm Pilots. They said Palm Pilot as a brand and Burberry as a brand. But Palmer as a name, palm trees as a name. Stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, flexibility. And they want to separate you from all that is you. All right. This reading may not be as long as I think. They're showing me grief. Yeah, crosses are significant. Like I said, you went to crossroads. They said Ohio players. Like I said, shy lights, shy town, playing possum. Now you want to be shy? No, you got to take a voyage that you did not expect. Burning up the family tree. They said clover, crimson and clover. This tower is upside down. Unplug and relax for a spell. No, you've been doing spell work. Coffee is significant. Crystals are significant. They said crystal light. The crystal skulls, crystal light. They show me Miss Scarlet's. The A, like I said, A, the scarlet letter. They said Hester print. They said Hester and Hyacinth. Those might be names. Yeah, they said they're twins. Release your guilt, 21. Like I said, end of the fucking cycle. Family. Fire. Neighbors. Family might be neighbors, or the family treat you like neighbors, or your neighbors are about to treat you like family. Family. Clover. Upside down. They're mad that the cycle is ending. Karate might be significant. Wax on, wax off. Bruce Lee came through with the Samurai Master. And 2 cards came through. Dragon, like I said, dragon energy is the highest energy on the planet. And now they're showing me evidence. 316 is significant. 631 as an area code, but 316 for Gwinnett County, and they're showing me 316 for Gwinnett County. They said University Parkway. Works in a school, works in a university, works in a hospital, works in an airport. But 316 for us is the Gwinnett County of Department of Corrections. So DOC as an artist. They said Beats, Dr. Dre as an artist, Snoop as an artist. Look at this. Look at the fire. Fire signs are significant. Aries, Leo, Sag. They said ALS might be significant. Lou Gehrig's disease. Like I said, speaking in code, double speak, double entendres. They said Twilight language. Twilight as movies. This tower is upside down because you've been trying to avoid it from falling. Like I said, Trump twin towers. That's what the towers are. Castle significant. They said Black Knight. Okay, family. They said board is significant. Board, B-O-R-E-D, or being boarded up, a house being boarded up. Yeah, because it's yours. It was stolen. Family, like I said, 5, Paraiso Avenue. It was my property. They said my property is my property, Patra. Okay, 34 is the occupation card. 3 is the Empress. 4, and they're showing me 8. 34 and 8. 8 is upside down. 8 is the inner circle with 5, they said 5. 85 is significant. 75 is significant. That came out before. And now they're showing me the 7 and the 8. 78 is significant, like I said. 78, 75, 85, 95. And 78. 5, 10, and 20s as interstates. A whale is significant. They said whale blubber. The tundra is significant. You already have all the answers. Voyage. You have all the answers that you seek. They're showing me this could be the one. The one is out here too. The sword. Ace. The ace. Like I said, sometimes, now they're showing me, I want to start a family with you. They said, bus. They said, bus a bus. And we keep it like that. Buster, what it is right now. Buster, what it is right now. They said, na, getting jicky with it. They said, MIA. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. They said, Men in Black. Okay, Voyage. They said, Star Trek Voyagers, you always have the answers. Excuse me, you already have the answers. They said maybe somebody thinks you always have the answers to know it all. Now, 21 upside down, this is the family room in the Kipper deck. February 1st, or being 12, didn't I say 12? Okay. The tribe of 12. 1234 as an angel number. Now they're showing me neighbors. Maybe somebody's neighbor is tranny. They said tranny. They said the power train. Have you ever been swallowed whole? You couldn't dream of this shit. Look. Deep. All the shit did not come out. Dreams face deep. Like I said, Jaws, Long Island is always coming through. Yonkers is always coming through. They said York. Philly is always coming through. Love upside down. Deep upside down. Dreams face. They couldn't face the shit. But now you have to. You have to face the music. They said Bill and Ted. Teddy is a name. Teddy Roosevelt. Roosevelt as a name. Lincoln as a name. The land of Lincoln. They said Omaha, Nebraska. Abe, can't tell a lie. Babe. They said Nate as a name. Nathaniel. Natty. This, what is it, Scott? Dred Scott as a slave and Dred Scott as an artist, they said. They said, Buckton, how many MCs must get this? How many ever need to get this? Maybe 39. They said, how many MCs must get this? Black moon, black star, black sand, black rock. Like I said, the black cards are out here, all of them. Now they're showing me a waning moon. They said DC is significant. DC versus Marvel. All right, dressed in all black like the Omen. The Omen as, what was his name? Damien? I don't remember that movie at all. Now they're showing me stabbed in the back. Surgery might be significant. They said nip tuck. What was that name? His name, that same guy in Nip Tuck. The stepdad and Fantastic Four are significant. Now, Palm Tree, Axe, Separation, and the Phoenix were in a group. They said the Defenders are significant. Marvel Defenders, Marvel Avengers. Luke Cage, like I said, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. They said Black Fist, Black Lightning, Black Panther, superheroes, we rule. They said, yeah, it's our rule now. Ruler, like I said, 12, the tribe of 12, the dragon energies. And now they're showing me Mrs. Peacock, something, the Colonel Mustard. There's 2 Colonel Mustards out here, and when I flip the deck, this is right at the top. So maybe twins finding a triplet is significant. Or, oh shit, they're telling me Pittsburgh Pirates, the big 3. 2 of them, they had 3 babies. 1 of them passed away. And then they picked up a 3rd baby from the nursery. Just watch it. I can't get into that right now. They're showing me, look, they said Luke and Lucas as a name. Capri Sun is significant. Crunk, they said getting crunk music. Crunk music, getting crunk, getting jiggy. They said, they're showing me ancient, primordial. Now they're showing dance, getting jiggy and getting crunk, ancient and primordial. They said war dances, war cries, celebration dances. They said fulfilling the prophecy celebrations. I know that's right. P for fulfilling the prophecy. I know that's right. They said P for promise, P for pact, P for peace. Dressed in all black, like the Omen. changeable, adaptability, elusive, camouflaging, shape-shifting. They said paper mache is significant. Paper mask. They said, yeah, cards. What is it? The House of Cards? The House of Cards is significant. They said the invisible man is significant. The shadow is significant. And now they're telling me to read. Read. Ogunda. See, the swords are out. Ogunda. Strategy is the path to success. Ogun, Eshu, and Baba Lugwe are regent orishas. They said the regents, the SATs, the RCTs, testing. Like I said, testing and education. And D and F for distorted masculine and feminine is what you get for your grades. The positive energy of Odu Ogonda brings a period of inventiveness and practical achievements. This is scholastic as a brand. And then this says Rhodes Scholar, Rhodes as a name. The positive regency of Odu Ogunda brings a period of inventiveness, they said incentives, and practical achievements. Therefore, the time has come to take the road to happiness and success, executing the ideas and plans that were waiting for a solution. They said something is waiting in a solution, a chemical solution. Now they're showing me the face upside down. Maybe, yeah, that's what they're telling me. And they show me, like I said, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They said landscaping. Landscapers might be significant. People who already have those fucking tools. Okay. Oh, yes. So executing the ideas and plans that were waiting for a solution. For those who love Orisha Ogun at their side. Excuse me. For those who have Orisha Ogun at their side, there are no obstacles in the way. Ganesha is significant. Pioneering is the key word right now. Like I said, pioneer, key food, Publix. We're going global with it, guys. This is global. And then they said P for planetary. PG. 13, pineal gland. Like I said, this is 13 being the death card that's out here with the thoth. They want to kill straw. This is straw. A straw man. A straw hat might be significant. This actually looks like straw to me. They said a mud room might be significant. A mud cloth. Yeah. All right. All right. Now, they're telling me to remind you, the 9 represents the 9 ether beings and also represents 9 night. Maybe 9 of y'all go to 9 night. 9 times 9 is 81. Okay, 1981 is significant. And that's the flip side. They said Philadelphia Freeway, flip side. Philly's always coming through. Like I said, the Pirates, Phillies, Philly Blunts, White Owl. Yeah, smoke. They said shitting on them. You smoking. They said smoked out. BBQs, remember? They said a stack house or being stacked. A brick house might be significant. Pioneering is the key word right now. They said a maverick. They said Top Gun. Like I said, Top Shotters, First in Flight, North Carolina. NC 17, PG 13. Like I said, NC. Pioneering is the key word right now. Combined with the charisma and communication skills that Odu Ogonda lends you, you will stand out from the crowd while acting while excuse me. All right. Taking deep breaths is significant, obviously. You will stand out from the crowd for acting while everyone else is thinking. At the same time, it is also important to be inspired by the strategist capacity of this Odu. Have you ever heard the saying, no stitch without a knot? Well, this is how your mind should work to find the answers, and every step should have a reason and a purpose to avoid getting lost along the way. They said California dreaming, the mamas and the papas. Yeah, we are the mamas and the papas, the matriarchs and the patriarchs of these new bloodlines, progenitors of these new bloodlines. Still, it is worth remembering that as Ogunda is an Odu of battles, nothing will come easily to you right now. Therefore, fully dedicate yourself to the realization of what you propose. Dividing your attention, they said undivided attention. Dividing your attention between more than one task will divide the quality and commitment to results. They said being committed to memory is significant. And like I said, people being committed to the fuck shit, so now you're being committed. You see them swords that's out here. And I'm going to show you. Hold on a minute. They said the 8 of swords is out here. The first of swords. That's significant. The Ace of swords, the ace. Ace is a name. They said ace is the place for me. Lowe's, Home Depot, like I said, home improvement. Matter of fact, Tim Allen. Yeah, like I said, Buzz Lightyear and Tom. They said Wilkins, Tom Wilkins, and then they said Wilkinson's as a name because you refuse to understand. And I will leave it at that for safety and security for all involved. They said accept all, reject none. The hell we will. They show me my animal day. That's the energy they want you to be in. No. Dividing the attention between more than one task will divide the quality and commitment to results, spreading yourself thin. And between us, you're not willing to settle for less than perfect for yourself or others, are you? At these times, you need to balance pride and efficiency. They said P and E, P and G, and then they said PGA, like I said, PG 13, NC 17. And then they're saying Kingston 10, Kingston 1, Kingston 13, and Kingston 17, which is Harbor View. So maybe somebody has a Harbor View. They said Harbor Freight is significant. Yeah, that's where I got my machetes. When I had gotten machetes, my dad sent them to me. 2 of them, twin machetes. Right? All of a sudden, I picked them up to make them mine, and they cut the hell out of me. One cut the fuck out of my finger. So I already knew that was mine. At these times, you need to balance pride and efficiency. As satisfying as it would be to look at an achievement and think, I did it, much has already been thought, planned, and created, so you don't need to reinvent the wheel for each new goal you want to achieve. Now they're showing me the joy of life can be seen through the eyes of innocence. Remember, I told you those twin boys came through before, and here goes a 4th pair of twins, which is the 5th pair of twins, like I said, 4 to 5. They said fortified. Fortified. They said nourishment. What they're saying? A nutriment, and they show me Horlicks, nutriment, Milo. The joy of life is seen through the eyes of innocence. For some twins, they're innocent, and for some, oh yes, the 20. Is it 20? Is it 20 out here? I said 20 before, but it said 20 years. Now family is out here on top of folks because they didn't know that's who I am. The scroll keeper, the record keeper, the bookkeeper. Accounting and bookkeeping is significant. Treasury is significant. The ancestors treasure you. The crested ibis is significant. The baboon is significant. And the serpent is significant. Like I said, shapeshifters. This is who we are. All of our highest selves are out here, at least 9. Like I said, the Lyrans are out here, the big kitties. See the C for cat? And then, like I said, JJ, Janet Jackson, Black Cat. Jackson as a name. They said Gary, Indiana. Indiana Pacers. You got to pace yourself. And then they said pacemaker. Yeah, like I said, can't speak, can't eat, can't breathe. Holding your chest, clutching your pearls. Message of concern. That's the number 14 card in the Kipper deck. 14 is the angel, the temperance angels. 34, 14, family, face. You can't face the family. Look at this. Didn't expect this shit. Didn't expect this shit. 21 upside down. But 1221 is upside down because look, 21 was upside down and I thought it was 12. 12 was upside down and it's 21. Oh my God. They said, yeah, bullet, 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 bullet. Leave it at that. Don't seek anyone's approval. Upside down. They said the Star of David. No, David. And then they show me David sunflower seeds. Okay? A tree grows in Brooklyn. A tree grows in Brooklyn. Here goes the fairy again. They're showing me my fairy and angel in my roll deck. You will be wearing you'll be playing a different role. That's a hat in the tea leaf deck. The hat card in the tea leaf deck. Now, 1, 2, 3, they said the dust devils are significant. And then they're saying the fairies are significant. So like I said, duality. And then they're saying these could be angels as well. Angels on your shoulder, haircut like that. A Caesar is significant. Nevada is significant. Envy. Yeah, they envy us. When they see us, they envy us. They said Nigeria is significant. Oh shit. They said pride might be significant. 70s and 80s and 70s and 80s clothes with those stripes like that. Shirts like that might be significant. Converse are significant. They said the lightning thief. Percy Jackson and the lightning thief. What was his name? Perseus. The Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians are out here. We out here, boy. And now they're showing me. They said, can you stand the rain? The new edition is significant. They said Ralph. They show me grief. Look at this. Cannot let them go. 18. That's the moon card. Upside down. See the fire? Family. Okay. Face. Sunflower seeds. Sunflower is the latest race. Let them go. But they couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Coming through these timelines. So they said demonize and demonetize. TT might be an auntie. They said 2300 Jackson Street. Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, first, middle, or last name. 18 upside down. 18 is a child card in the Kipper deck. It is the moon card in the tarot deck. And it's the sun card in my astro deck. They said Astrodome. Like I said, Texas. All my exes, Katy, they said Dallas, Texas, Katy, Texas. You know, a different environment. The different environment has you in grief, good grief. They said the Jabdus Day. Oh my God. All ice. This my Dinah, I'm Mel, and you're Alice. They said Alice. Alice in Wonderland. They said Alice in Borderland. Borders. Books without borders. Borders books. They said Walden books. Wow. Borders books, Walden books, Barnes and Nobles. Barnes and Nobles booksellers. Yeah, Arthur. Arthur is a name. Arthritis. Oh, there you go. 20. They said the twins. One twin was on the up and up and one is not. One twin let his brother sit in jail for 20 years before confessing. And I'll leave it at that. Letting the terrorists win. This was hidden. They said hidden features, hidden figures here. Playing possum. Playing possum now that you found out that you're not invisible. People can see you. Now you feel, they show me CDDC. They said CDs 2 for 5. CDs 2 for 5. DC, chameleon and invisible person, unseen, upside down. And now you're about to be seen and heard. Like I said, it's a movie. Yeah, it's a cliffhanger. I told you that. Look at this. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Conservatives. Okay? This is who we are out here. Let them go. Expectations. They didn't expect for you to let them go. They said, you just got let go. JT and E.T. and J. Nix, the dirty boys. Now you have to take a voyage. Release your guilt. Now you have to take a voyage. Maybe overseas. Like I said, deportation. D, because you feel small. They said pittance. Yeah, you sold your soul for a little bit of money. Now you feel fucking small. Now you feel like a fucking commoner. You're not special. They're showing me the Hermit's Tarot. In this deck, it's a you matter. You bolts are significant. You, the letter U. When you find out that you were the problem. Finding out that you were the problem. They said they said the eager beaver coming back up again. Eagles. But when the ego sees the utter madness that came up upside down, you did not see the utter madness of your own ego. But you're going to be shown. Look, this is a family member. 10 of Swords. Here are the swords. It's a no for me, dog. Utterance. 43. April, look at this. Utterance. They said to read. Hold on a minute. Ace of Swords stabbed in the back. Remember? Here are 2 more swords. And 2 X's. They said somebody speaks that way. Acts when it's supposed to be ask. The phoenix is not rising. They said rising as a name. Left eye. Andre. Like I said, Dr. Dre. Beats. Some domestic violence is significant. You already have all the answers. 34 is the occupation card. Release your guilt. Fire signs. Tree. Let them go. See all this fire, 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 fire. Look, that show me, that telling me to show you the fire cards again. 18 to 21 is an age group. 18 to 21 is a year. 18 to 21 as a family. Maybe one parent is 18, the other one is 21. The babies are coming, and then maybe you have show me. Maybe you have a 3-year-old. Protest is upside down. No, they're not going to protest because we're out here in the Duat, in the afterlife. They said there's a new sheriff in town. You understand? They said you comprende ustedes? What they say? Yo tienes? You understand? Do you understand? Thoth is upside down. Expect. They didn't expect this shit. Now you can expect miracles and magic. Dress Jamaica, land I love. They said the Taínos, the Arawaks, the Maroons are significant. Maroon 5, they show me sun. Sun card, 319 is significant. March 19th, March 14th, like I said, the life of Pi as a movie. Pi 3.14. Eating pie, they said lemon meringue pie might be significant. This might be a lemon. They said a jalopy, a lemon. They said lemon as a name. Johnny was, Bob Marley, Johnny was. Hey, maybe Johnny was family. That says Stanley Steamer. Yeah, I bet. Stanley, 111 Stanley significant right on that corner. Okay? Like I said, the corner and the Cana is 2 different things. And then now they said the wedding in Cana. Like I said, turning wine into water. We had to turn our pain into power. P and W, W and P. WP for me, they said Wepa. WP for me is White Plains. PW could be, I don't know, they said a powwow. I knew you was coming into this energy. But it's all good. I knew you was coming into this energy, sir. Like I said, it's a movie around this motherfucker. It's all good. It's all good. You don't have to feel small. Shine your light. Shine your light. You don't have to feel small. You don't have to feel small. I do not think that you're invisible. I can feel you in my energy field, but you already know what's going on. I know. And I'm sending you love and light. They're showing me acts and separate. Oh shit. Now they're showing me it. The raindrops fell on forbidden. They said maybe somebody's crying over you that they shouldn't. They said ray, a ray of light. And now they're coming in with the ray. They said ningy. That's how Jamaicans talk. See, they wanted to trap your mind. Hook. See the red? And hook. Candyman. Like I said, Lucifer. Lucifer, Saturday morning. Why I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Lucifer, Saturday morning. We're gonna chase Lucifer out of the earth. Banish all evil. Like I said, they said Incredible Hulk. Banister. A banister, a railing. Now, like I said, the banisters and the railings, they said rail up and kick up. Yeah, the dopey them are rail up and kick up. If you flat, they said put railings on the flat bridge and you're going to have a flat line. Leffy. It's forbidden. That's what they show me. It is forbidden. See the F? It is forbidden to put those railings. What they said? The river mama? The river mamas. The mermaids. Oh, shit. They said the table under the bridge, the gold table under the bridge. Now they're showing me ancient, primordial, rustic. Oh yeah, they said to tell you that. They said when there's a gold, they said, legend has it that there's a gold table right underneath the middle of flat bridge that shows itself sometimes at noon. So when I said noon and 12 to under the water, to me that's NUN, noon, the primordial waters, like I said, PW, like I said just now. Primordial waters, password. Now, like I said, now they're showing me 25 is a high honor card, 2 and 5 is 7, and the 7 is already out here. 57 and 75. 75, I said 57 Heinz ketchup. That's your Heinz part, because these riches did not belong to you, but they will be made available, access granted. They said big ag, agriculture, attorney general, like I said, bond. That's right, gold bond. Now they're showing me the Department of Defense. That's right. That's who we are, the defense against the dark arts. Primitive human, ancient, primordial, rustic, and instinct. Like I said, the primordial waters. It is access denied for people, and like I said, tomb and sarcophagus came out. Coffin is energy is out here. The 13 card is out here. Tomb and sarcophagus came up, but it didn't come out. The coffin card is the 19 card in the Kipper deck. Like I said, 319. That's the sun card in the tarot deck. Now they're showing me Nicolas Cage's face. They said Con Air and Face Off. Connie is a name. Air signs are significant because that's where we're at. Water signs are significant because Aquarius is a water sign. Now they're showing me you never needed those wings to fly. Like I said, Red Bull, it gives you wings. And because you was on that red bullshit, like I said, they show me retired, extremely dangerous. They said red bone and yellow bone. To infinity and beyond. Inner circle in my shaman's deck. The stop sign. You had infinite chances to stop and you did not do so. So now, it says stopgap insurance is significant. I get up and my knees are hurting me. My knees are weak. Yeah, somebody is weak in the knees for you. They show me Flavor Flav. I love New York. And that's the truth. Somebody feels stabbed in the back by you. Like I said, a tale of two cities. It was the worst of times. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. But you see, they said, what was his name? Charles Dickens? Huckleberry Finn? Finn as a name. Fool's Gold. Pirates of the Caribbean. Like I said. You never needed those wings to fly. Now, look, this might be Rapunzel, brave. Look, you never needed them. And guess what? You don't need them now because you're not going anywhere. You're not going nowhere. That's what I just heard. Now they're showing me fate. The other side, like I said, they said dead men do tell tales. The other side, poltergeist, they said voice of God technology is significant. The Native Americans are significant. Those movies were absolutely shocking to me. Shocking. Shock and awe came out. Family is shocked and awe. Now they're showing me boat. They can't, maybe, look, not today. Not today, Satan. Like I said, they said boats and hoes. Yacht rock might be significant. And then they said prestige worldwide. Yeah, we're glowing. They said glowing. The glow up. Glorilla might be significant. A gorilla. Like I said, the lynch mob, Planet of the Apes. What's her name? Gloria. It's significant. Gloria. No, is it? Gloria Hallelujah, I think her name is. Gloria Hallelujah. Yeah, Glorilla. I think her name is Gloria Hallelujah. Something like that. Don't quote me. Not today, Satan. Robots are significant. These are bots. Like I said, bots in the fucking matrix. And we're saints. Us versus them. Like they said, thought versus the thotties. That you was out here getting riches. You thought you was out here. Oh, what I was telling you about the neon card and this. You matter. You matter was in hot pink, and now they're showing me angels among us. Angels among us. Angels in the outfield. And this is what they wanted from you. Your seed. Watermelon is significant. Now they're showing me Miss Scarlet. Yeah, your baby mama looks just like this, sir. Just like this. A. The A. The scarlet letter. Scarlet as a name. That says Scarlett Johansson. Scarlet as a name. Hester as a name. Hyacinth as a name. Alexis as a name. Alex as a name. Alexandria as a name. They said Alexandria, Egypt. Alexandria, Virginia. Multiples. Like I said, the babies are coming in the multiples. Now they're showing me evidence. Mrs. Peacock. They said duplex. Mr. Peabody. Drew as a name. What was his name? Ben as a name. Like I said, Night at the Museum. Ben Stiller. Yeah, still niggas. Still ninjas. Then they said still still R. Still ER. Yeah, you still going to the ER. Yo, every single fucking time. Yo, back in the days, they're telling me to tell y'all this. My mother, Mommy Dearest, every single time she got into an accident in her life, it's because you came against me. That shit comical, man. Comedy. They said Saturday Night Live. Now, like they said, Uncle Lou, Indian Summer. Uncle Lou, what was his name? Alan Alda? MASH is significant. Alan Alda. Tower Heist. Tower Heist. Okay? Maybe 3 towers go off. Crystal towers are significant. I know that's right. The halls of a Amenti, bitch. We had to kill our own family tree. They're showing me the 10. I want to start a family with you. No, it's upside down. It's a no for me, dog. And now they're showing me I worry about us a lot. And you letting the a terrorist might be significant. Terrorist win. A speech impediment. Like I said, stuttering Stanley Steamer. Stuttering Stanley is steaming, huh? Like I said, we're taking it uptown in the Bronx for you, sir. Eminem. There's no recovery for you. You wasn't thinking about that little picnic when you came from mine, so we don't want to hear it. Okay? They're showing me PPP. Parents, pom pom, picnic. Like I said, twin. Might be, they said, what up, twin? I heard that all my life, and I came to welcome it. Now they're showing me a quarter on a yellow background. A quarter of something, meaning 1/4 of something, 0.14. Remember, 3.14 came out before. Pi, the life of pi. Pure source, letting the terrorists win. A blogosphere, they said an atmosphere. Getting jiggy with it. Na. Dinky, jiggy. They said, Orlando? Is that you? Is that Autumn Sunrise? Jovan, Jiggy, what's going on? Tazzy, what's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Oh, shit. Get rid of these motherfuckers. Get rid of these motherfuckers. Mackenzie as a name. What's going on, everybody? Fields as a name. I hope everybody is well. You big time now, Mel. Big league children. But we don't feel small. We just feel healed. Good, because you're my soul tribe. Half of y'all are anyway. Half of y'all. And half of you feel dwarf and invisible. Die is significant. DI is significant. And I leave it at that. Ooh, look at that number, 11345. I'm just telling you. Do what? It's a new sheriff in town, okay? They said what jet is significant. Peach, Latoya Williams, you have been caught in my energy field. We share a brother. Okay? My stomach is growling. Now they're showing me riches and soldiers. You can't hang on to somebody fucking coattail because you was never family. You cannot hang on to, it said naked and afraid. Yeah, I bet. We naked too. We had to get naked. This says striptease. They're showing me boat and healing heart. Yeah, they show me a fairy again. The fae are significant. And now they said fae and face. You two, Rowan. They said Mr. Bean. Rowan, W-R-O. They said R-O-W-A-N and R-O-H-A-N as names. Rowan. And then they're showing me Roan, R-O-A-N, as a name or whatever. See the dove? You see the daisies, the sunflowers, daisy sour cream. Like I said, salty and sour. Sour puss came out before. Now they're telling me to read dreams. Look. Like I said, Freddie's dead. Curtis Mayfield. Mayflower. They're showing me Bluebell ice cream. Yeah, ice cream for ice cream. Because you got cut off. They said Devon House. What was his name? Devon, Nick Cannon. Like I said, twins, Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon, NC and MC. All of this behavior was forbidden, and you decided that you wasn't going to listen to that. So now we're not going to be seeing you on the other side because you've been banished. Communicate. They said the Eight of Swords is coming up upside down. And look at all the cards are missing now. The cards are missing. They're missing. Oh, shit. Riches. 76, 77 is significant. 25. 1776. Of course. Riches. 25. That's a high honor card. I can show you shining, shimmering, splendid. Yes, we can. Show the world the real you. Now they're showing me knife. And Nicholas, yeah, they're showing me knife. And, oh, you know what they're showing me? Nicholas, cosmetic surgery is significant, legally. Now they're showing me the sword and stabbed in the back. This is scalpel and sword. Yeah, cosmetic surgery. I worry about us a lot. I don't know. Are you legal? They said read 43, which is utterance. Ooh, the great Ennead is significant. 42 represents my utterance, charm, power, progress. Okay, the utterances played a vital role in the Book of the Dead because without them, the deceased would not have the correct spells to pass through the 12 gates of the 𝑂𝐿, and that's out here too, which is 36, which is distant horizons in the Kipper deck. And 3 and 6 equals 9. Like I said, the 9 ether beings are out here. 9 night for you motherfuckers dressed in black like the Omen. Now they're showing me forbidden upside down and the crosses. They said mad TV. You mad, bro? Yeah, ginger hair is significant. Yellow hair is significant. Goldilocks. Gold hair is significant. A towhead is significant. The utterances played a vital role in the Book of the Dead because without them, the deceased would not have the correct spells to pass through the 12 gates of 𝑂𝐿 and arrive at their judgment. They said 20. Like I said, 20 is the judgment card in the tarot deck. Therefore, it was essential that they knew exactly what to say and when to say it. Without these spoken spells, they would be unlikely to reach their judgment or the afterlife. In a card reading, utterance stands for your communication. Utterance stands for your communication, including your self-talk. This card comes to remind you that all words have power. You can harm or you can heal simply by the things you say. Words are charms of communication. Used wisely, they can help you progress through life. But used spitefully or without due consideration, they can impede that progress and hold you back. They said, hold you down. This is especially true of your self-talk and how you communicate with yourself. Keep your internal dialogue positive as possible. Likewise, think before you speak. Make a considered response rather than a swift retort. Swift as in name. By all means, speak up for yourself, but do so politely. Polite as a name. Worth as a name. Weigh up your words before you speak them and consider the impact that they have. Consider the impact they will have and the consequences of this impact. And weigh up your words before you speak them and consider the impact they will have and what the consequences of this impact will be. Choose your words wisely. Like I said, speak life. Did you speak life or did you speak death over your life? Okay, so now they're telling me to read the rest of the notes. Eagles, oh shit. Oh, I think I read them all. Oh, no. I read them backwards. Ooh, switching shit. I did one first, but 21 and 12 is significant. Of course it is. Of course it is. Now they show me 1 and 7, 1 and 10, 1 and 7, 1 and 7, 1 and 4, and 110 as dates. 110 as a camera. 10, 55, and 80 might be School Street, like I tell you all the time. Journey is a band. Journey is the 10 card in the Kipper deck. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, they said the Moma, the river Momas, the river Momas. You know, I never even heard that term before this morning. I was today years old. Okay, Morant Bay, like I said, river Moma. They said the name Pickersgill significant, and that I can't say, I was going to say it's a family name, but it's a name I'm connected to because these motherfuckers are not family, and they can't face that fact that they can't hold on to your coattails anymore, and it's giving them grief. Like I said, dreams, bad dreams, nightmares, nightmare on Elk. They said nightmares and dreamscapes. Stephen King as a name. Down with the King. Run DMC is significant. Yeah, we run it. They said let's trace those crazy ball heads out of the town. Okay, 5 is the Hierophant card. 5 is the Hierophant card. That is the God energy. Okay, we are the authority in charge. Like I said, defense against the dark arts, guardians of the galaxy. He-Man and She-Ra are twins. The river Mumas are significant. Sugar babies, water babies, little swimmers. They said little swimmers as a brand. Huggies as a brand. The ancestors want to huggy you because they said, yeah, huggy. Ooh, what was his name? Huggy Bear? Westmoreland, Spanish Town, Palm Rock, and Flat Bridge is significant. Like I said, touch the bridge, you're going to have a flat line. Bridges as a name. Fields as a name. They said Pollard as a name. Pollock as a name. Spanish Town, Palm Rock, Flat Bridge. I went to look up if Palm Rock is close to, they show me cosplay might be significant. Costumes. Dresden as a name, Driscoll as a name. They show me Driscoll's as a brand. Fleet Week is significant. Seals, sailors. They show me Sade video. She's a mermaid. Like I said, the river Mumas. Black River might be significant. Let me see what it says. They said Southampton, Surrey. The 3, like I said, parishes is significant. Louisiana and Jamaica specifically. Pirates of the Caribbean, keeping it moving, Little Kim. They said put your lighters up. Yeah, the flames are out here. And like I said, false flames, twin flames. They said IRA and Roth accounts might be significant, but IRA might be an actual name. ISA, IDA, Ida's a name. They said Orida as a brand. Oscar Mayer as a brand. My Baloney has a first name. Yeah, now they're showing me Taurus, cultivate, number 5. Yeah, you cultivated the bullshit. You was on that bullshit. They said Roth as a name, but then they said Roth IRA accounts. Rothstein as a name, Rothschild, King Richard, and getting jiggy with it is out here. Will Smith came out before. Philly. They said the place called the Plateau was where everybody go. Black River. Westmoreland is significant. Clarendon is significant. They said Clearwater's Pet Cemetery bloodlines, and then they said Final Destination bloodlines. But where's the Pet Cemetery bloodlines? I forgot. Yeah, love is upside down. Fate, it follows. This movie is it follows. It's your fate. These are fated events. Like I said, hidden figures, and now they're showing me forbidden. It was forbidden for us to have this knowledge. Well, not anymore, because you're not a chameleon and you're not invisible. We can see you. 124 is significant. Of course it is. Letting the terrorists win. They keep saying it, terrorists. I don't know. They said whist, a mist of something, or wisp, whispers, wispy, WHISP, they said. Whispers, Walter and Scotty. Scotty beam me up. Walter King. King as a name. Poughkeepsie is significant. They show me, they said, Ivor as a name. IVA, IVOR, IDA as names, ISSA or ISA, IRA, ISO. They said isotopes, radiotopes. Then they said Radiohead, Fallout Boy. Fallout Shelter is significant. They show me the Fallout Shelter symbology, which always looks like hazardous, biohazardous. They show me, to me, they said 28 weeks later, 28 days later. Those movies are significant. Yeah, zombie fucking apocalypse. Because what the fuck y'all planned didn't work. Now they're showing me IV number 4. New York State is significant. They said NYU. They said Langone, LANGONE, Medical Center, NYU Langone. They're showing me North Central Halls of a Monte Hospice might be significant. Like I said, prison, coffin, sarcophagus, tomb. The death card is out here. Thoth is out here. Thoth is the recorder. Recorder's court is significant. Like I said, flute music, recorder. You had to get the recorder in 5th grade. They said the recorder, the numerator, and then they're showing me a quarter, maybe a quarter of 5, 445 is significant. Little Swimmers, Pum Rock. Ooh, maybe, you know what they said? They show me Mrs. Peacock. Little Swimmers, Mrs. Peacock. A reminder card is significant. Key legend, reminder. Like I said, never forget. 9/11, never forget that it was always about the twins. But they didn't want you. They showed me nice, nasty neighbors. Didn't want in devil energy. Didn't want to keep, just didn't want you, period. Let me see what else is over here. Now you suffering. I can show you shining splinter. They said splinter cells. Yeah, sleeper cells, splinter cells, waking the fuck up to remember and recognize who the fuck we are. Okay? And that is God in the physical flesh made manifest. You guys be well. See you next video.